Hey everybody, this is Paul and Daniel. We are out at our research site, the Checotah Indian Territory Cemetery, and it's a wonderful night. We've got a 3/4 full moon, the barometric pressure's up, the humidity's up. We're already wondering if we're seeing something in the trees over here.
Oh yeah.
But so we've got some experiments. Dan, you want to tell us about that?
We've got several of our devices out right now. We're trying something new. The last time we were out here, we used the scare bear up against a child's grave. Actually, the last two times we were out here. Tonight, I decided to set it next to a woman's grave, a grown woman, to see if that would make any kind of difference. We're setting up here because we just kind of felt drawn to this
Spot, this area.
This is very central to the entirety of what's left of the cemetery. We got Sam Baker and Thomas. What was his last name?
Thomas Meeker and
Thomas
Sam
Meeker.
Baker. The bigger headstone is Sam Baker, and this one right here in the middle of these three is Thomas Meeker. And well, we're going to see if we can contact them tonight.
Absolutely.
I mean, we're here. This is our research site. We're going to kind of focus on those names since we were drawn to this site.
Yeah.
And those were the names that were there. So let's find out and see what we can do tonight.
Rock on.
So here we are in front of the graves, Sam Baker, Thomas Meeker. We have a scare bear set up, and a pet ball in between these two graves. We've just been walking by, checking for any energy fluctuations, any EMF. Not getting anything right now, it's still a little early. You know, we were talking to one of the neighbors that live right next door to the cemetery, and he was telling us some of the happenings that happen in his house. I asked him if he wanted to come on. He was a little reluctant. He's going to think about it, so maybe we can get him on and tell us his story for himself. But what he told us is that his wife just died recently, and he feels her in the house. She does things around the house, touches him. So at any rate, he was telling us a little bit about the cemetery as well and what it's like to live next door to it. Of course, we do know that there is a proposed witch's grave in this cemetery, which we will get to at a later date. But he was also telling us about an infamous black cat who lays on a particular grave. Here's the thing, we don't know which grave that is. Could it be the witch's grave? But tonight, hopefully we'll get to answer that story. Hopefully we'll get to answer that question. But tonight, we're looking at Scott Graves and Thomas Meeker, and we're going to see if we can reach out to them. It's still early, we haven't had any movement. It's been quiet.
Say that again?
So I could have swore you just stepped on this side of me, and you didn't.
Yeah, I came up from on your right side.
Tonight maybe.
So, staring at this set of gravestones because I'm not sure what I just saw. It looked like we have a rempod sitting in between the one on the far left and the one in the middle. And I saw it light up. I didn't hear it. So I just thought maybe we'd sit here for a minute or two. And then Daniel thought I walked up on the left side of him and I came up on the right side of him. Man, I know I saw something. Something coming up beside you? Can you do that again, please? Go ahead and touch it. It's not going to do anything to you. There's a slight breeze out here, but it hadn't gone off at all. The rempod. And for me to see what I thought I saw, it's got 4 different lights on it. It could have been barely touched, barely making noise, and just enough to just barely light up that first light. That sensitivity light. I hadn't done it since. Huh?
That headstone moved.
What, the big one back there?
Sure. It was behind that tall one just a few minutes ago. I made note of that sitting here.
So say that again?
That headstone moved within just the last 10 minutes. It was there's a smaller headstone and a taller one behind it.
Well, let's go over there and look.
Yeah, that short one.
Thinks a headstone moved. That would be crazy.
And could it be my eyes playing tricks on me? Absolutely. I will not deny that 1 moment.
Wait, you say this one? This one right here.
This one. Because the staining in it, that one was about 30 yards that way. Well, maybe not 30 yards, maybe 20. Because there's a shorter one there that's been broken off. There really isn't anything. It's so weathered you can't even read it. See if there's some on the other side. Oh, they did right on this side. March 18th. So 124 years, 6 days, probably right about the time that he was buried 124 years ago to the day. Emerson. There's still a lot of Emersons around here. In fact, one of them lived a block from here.
What's that? Did you hear that?
This train,
Oh.
or at least the cross guard. I don't hear a train yet.
Yes.
Would have been as far back as what it was, and then my vision change and it'd be way up here. Unless we're working on a tumor. I don't know.
I'm looking at these headstones straight ahead. Seeing some shadow movement.
Why did you come?
We're just here to talk to you. ITC, I just said, why do you come? Why did you come? So we decided to check it out.
Kevin.
Kevin. We'll put the name Kevin. Yeah, Kevin. So we're going to keep watching. We're going to be going live here in a minute. Oh. We're getting some serious proximity here. We're about to go live on Facebook. Scott Baker, Sam Baker, Thomas Meeker.
Are you okay?
ITC app just said, "Are you okay?" I'm fine. Am I talking to Scott or Thomas? Can you set this pit bull off that we have right here?
Closer.
What do you want me to get closer to? Oh! Ha! Looky there. That just went off on its own. Alright. I showed you that it works, and all you gotta do is touch it.
Watching you.
It's good to know. Said I'm watching you. Can you set that off again, please? If this is Scott or Thomas, if this is Scott, can you set that pet ball off, please? And of course, we also have devices spread around, so if anything goes off while we're doing this, then we'll cut to it and see what's happening. But right now we're in front of the graves of Scott Baker and Thomas Meeker.
Don't leave.
Don't leave. We don't plan on leaving right now. ITC, I've just said don't leave. We're going to see if we can make contact with Scott or Thomas. Thomas, if this is you, can you set that pet ball off, please? Hey, for those of you who are live with us on Facebook or watching the replay, I want to say thanks for showing up. Is there anybody on? Not yet. Nonetheless, we appreciate you watching the replay, or if you joined us live, we appreciate that. How? Well, you have to go on the internet. You have to go to Facebook. You have to go to Afterwalker Paranormal and just click that live button. Watch us live. I love how this thing just said how. So I'm explaining to Spirit how you go about watching us live. You can also follow us on Twitter X at Paranormal Green. You can check us out on YouTube. Just look up Afterwalker Paranormal and go ahead and subscribe to that YouTube channel, man. We would really appreciate that. Also on our Facebook, we have our 99-cent a month subscriber service where you get exclusive videos, pics, team news. We're going to be bringing exclusive lives and some more things, so you can always support us. It's just 99 cents a month, guys. I mean, that's pretty cheap. So we would appreciate if you did that as well and help support us. But right now, again, we are standing in front of the graves of Scott Baker and Thomas Meeker, and we're just seeing if we can make any kind of contact. That's the great thing about having a research site we can come to anytime we can. We can really focus in on groupings of grave sites and come back and do another grouping, and come back and do another grouping. You know, we've talked about the witch's grave, we've showed it a little bit. Okay, so that's twice I've gotten the name Eric. So I don't know, that's twice I've gotten the name Eric.
We might have to come back out here during the light and see.
Let's see if we can find an Eric. That would be great. Nonetheless, so we will be investigating that witch's grave further in the near future. But again, this is a smallish but sizable cemetery. Okay. Cemetery that we can, you know, focus on certain groupings of headstones. And that's what we're doing. We're just trying to see what we can find out here. This cemetery closed down in 1912. So this is sat here with the same graves that were here in 1912 are here today. And we want to welcome any new viewers to our live stream. Can you set that pet ball off again, please? It went off a few minutes ago. It's a little cool out here, but it's not bad. A little gust.
Not be as bad without the wind.
Yeah, for sure. And when the wind does gust, it gets a little chilly, but other than that, it's really not that bad out here. Asylum. Just got the word asylum. If this is Scott or Thomas, were either one of you in an asylum, can you set that pet ball off?
Hi, Stacy. Glad you could come on.
What's up, Stacy? We've done a lot of. See it?
I saw it.
Oh, we're getting proximity big time. We got the rempod.
Yeah.
Let's walk over here. We've done a lot of. See it?
I saw it get a little bit.
as I was saying a few minutes ago, we've been out here for a little while, a few hours already, just sitting, watching, listening, waiting. We have some other devices over this way. I don't know if you see the little blue light.
You can kind of see it's sitting over there next to that headstone. You can also see some of the houses that are around.
I hear you.
I hear you. At any rate, had a pet ball go off earlier. Went off for a split second. Hadn't gone off all night before that. Hadn't gone off since. I had just tapped on this one a few minutes ago to show that it's there. And then after it got done blinking, doing its thing, it stopped. Then it started up again on its own. Hasn't done it since.
If you haven't watched the video of 15 minutes of what the WTF,
I want to say it too.
Go back and watch that because
Are you okay?
that is
I am fine. How are you?
it's a pretty sensitive toy, but it doesn't go off without something touching it, and it definitely goes off. Are they after us?
Yeah, right. This just said, "Are you okay?" It's about the second time it said that. Oh, it just went off again. I heard it that time. Oh, it just went off again. I heard it that time.
That rempod that we were looking at a minute ago went off.
All right, let's change focus a little bit.
Medicine.
ATC app just said medicine.
Which is very relevant because a lot of those people died because they didn't have that.
Oh yeah, because the flu epidemic.
They had everything epidemic. Which I've said it before, but that could have had some help.
Right.
We've got another watcher. Let's see if we can find one. And there we go.
Spirit, if you would like to touch that again, we would certainly appreciate it. We are only here to communicate, document. Can you make that light up again, please?
Dangerous.
Dangerous? No, it's really not dangerous. Unless you're talking about being dangerous to us or us dangerous to you. We're not dangerous to you. We hope you're not dangerous to us. If you could touch that again for us, we will know that you're there.
Get a little closer and See,
Niece. Friend.
you just said niece and friend. Anyway, I'm gonna get a little closer and see if we get any kind of readout. That was me. We'll back off again and
See what we get.
How do you feel?
How do you feel? I feel fine. How do you feel? Can you show us how you feel by touching that antenna?
Why?
Why? Because if you do that, then we'll know you're there. And we'll know that we've made contact.